Hi everyone, I'm Jiun and welcome to my channel Libremer, where I talk about books, readings, and in this video I will talk about Watership Down because I finished the last chapter called Hazel-rah, and it's the fourth chapter and the last chapter, so it means I finished the whole book and it was amazing. There are many things I want to talk about the book, but before that I have to say that this is going to be a summary review video, so I'm telling many spoilers and people can even comment what they think about the book, about this chapter, the whole book now, and so maybe you will find some spoilers in the comments section too, so just for you to know. Yeah, let's start because there are many things to say. First, I have to remember what happened in the previous chapter when they are running away from the Hazel-rah rabbits, and I will call them our rabbits. Our rabbits, they escape in the river. And I thought that Woundward will be attacking them like as a surprise attack, but it was not like that actually. So they could escape, but they have to. There is a part where they get stuck in they are stuck in a bridge, so they have to swim, and one of the rabbits dies. So yeah, it's kind of sad in some way because another one dies when they are running away, and I think there is a fox that kills one of them, and it's kind of sad because not all of them can make it, but considering the nature of the rabbits, it's like, yeah, it's sad, but we have to continue. We have to reach our own warren because the risks are higher, right, every time they are waiting, so they have to continue. And there is another part that it was fun in some way because one of the rabbits again mentions the idea of swimming, and he's the one saying water rabbit, so it's like they are trying new things in some way. So they are running away, and until the end they can make it to the warren, but it's they are not safe because at the end okay, let me refresh my thought. So in the way, one of them die when they are trying to swim. Another one dies when they are attacked by a fox, and there is a moment when they meet one of the Hazel-rah rabbit champion, I think it was called, but they can run away again. And there are some things that I want to mention on this. I think I haven't mentioned this, but within the book we can hear many stories in order to have a nice time or to relax. One of them is very good at telling a story, so he's like telling those stories about these characters which are rabbits, but they are like heroes, the heroes of the rabbits, and they are the one inspiring what all of these rabbits are doing, right? So well, at the end, Woundward decides to attack this warren because they know already where they are living, where is the Watership Down warren, so they decide to attack. Here Hazel has a very good idea. He thinks in going to the nearby farm to get the dog that lives in there, in order to bring it back to the warren. So in some way the dog will defend, but by doing so the cat catches Hazel. So meanwhile in the warren, Bigwig fights against Woundward, and there is a part where I think this rabbit bigwig says something like, I cannot move from here, I cannot surrender because my leader told me to stay here. So it's that the moment when Woundward thought that Bigwig was their leader. So if there is another leader who is, then it must be stronger, bigger, right, faster. So they starting to feel kind of scared. And in that moment when the Ifrafa rabbits are attacking the warren is when the dog comes and attacks Woundward. We don't know if Woundward dies because the dog attacks many different rabbits and some of them died, but we don't know what happened with Woundward because they never find the body. So, and there are some stories after, right, that they say that there is a rabbit living alone or something like that. So meanwhile the Hazel, who is injured because of the cat, is saved by Lucy, which is the girl living in this farm, and together with a doctor, which is called Dr. Adam, they are they take Hazel back to the or near the Watership Down warren. So yeah, for a moment I thought that Hazel will be trapped and have to stay forever as a pet, but it was not like that. So all the rabbits from Ifrafa they have to run away, and I think 13 or 14 came back alive, but in the way back to their own warren, when they were running away, some of them were attacked by different animals. And it's funny how they call it, because they call them the thousand, because there are many enemies. I mean, rabbits have many enemies, and so that's why they call them the thousands. And this part was kind of creepy. It's like when it reminds me, I don't know why, the movie Ghost. I don't know if you have seen that movie, where at the end, well, this is a spoiler if you have seen the movie. At the end, that guy dies, and then he thinks he's alive, and then there are many ghosts like taking him to hell, I think, into hell. So that part was kind of creepy, and it reminds me of this because in this case, the rabbits from Ifrafa, after doing something bad, they were running away, but they were caught by, they are caught by some foxes, I think, other animals. So, and that's the end. I mean, the rabbits came back to Ifrafa, the bad ones, and the one in Watership Down, they survived. They are safe now, and they live a nice life, actually, having children and so on. And there are some things that caught my attention. I mean, the way it was written, there are some moments in where the rabbits were worried about winter, and they are saying, well, humans, in the case of humans, it's okay for them because winter cannot hurt humans, because they have houses, they have clothes, so they wear clothes. So for them, for humans, it's not a problem. But for rabbits, it's hard to live in a hole in a warren when it's winter. And there's another quote that caught my attention, where they were talking about Woundward, and they are saying why he failed in some way, and it's because he was trying to do things that rabbits are not allowed, which caught my attention because in that case, Woundward was trying to be more than a rabbit, like a military, but fighting even animals that he's not supposed to fight. And so by doing things that he's not allowed to do because he's just a rabbit, is why at the end he failed in this whole idea of creating this Ifrafa worm. And yeah, so at the end they are all safe. Watership is safe, they grew. Even I forgot his name. The one who can predict the future, he has children too, and one of them has the ability to predict what's going to happen. So it's interesting that these skill or abilities passing through generations, which I think it will be a good way for rabbits to be safe in the future. And at the end, well, Watership Down starting to grow, and they even create another war in between Ifrafa and Watership Down, and they have a rabbit from both. So at the end of the book there is an epilogue which I'm not gonna say. You have to read the book. At least I won't spoil that part, but it was beautiful. In general, the book was I found it a bit long. I mean, for the story itself, I think it's long because of these little stories in between, but in some way those little stories give an idea of the society of these rabbits, because they are animals. They are like humans, but they are not humans. So we have to understand why they act the way they act, and based on these stories, short stories, we can understand better. And yeah, it was beautiful. I think the first chapter was interesting. Then the second was like kind of boring for me, and it was like not so much going on. Then the third one was like kind of okay, but yeah, not so much. But the last chapter is where you get all the information, all the stories, all the things going on in this, all the things are going on in this chapter. So it was good, very good. I really enjoyed, and yeah, now I understand what this book is considered a kind of classic. It's so simple, but it gives so much. That's what I like the most about this book. That something so simple, the story is so simple, the chapter, I mean the characters are simple, but it has so much in it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to recommend it. I think everyone knows about this book, and if you haven't read it, well, you should, because it's really beautiful, very beautiful, with a beautiful ending that I'm not going to spoil, but you have to either read the book or watch the movie. I don't know, I think there is a animated movie, and there is another kind of made of computer. I'm not sure, but it will be interesting to watch it, although by now I'm okay. I don't feel I need to watch the movie. Just the book was okay for me. And yeah, as Moy said in his channel, is this book a science fiction book? No, not at all. I don't know why someone would say that it's a science fiction book. It's kind of a fantasy, but I mean more than fantasy, fiction, a fiction book. But it's very, very beautiful. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening to this long video. And thanks for the people who voted for this book, because yeah, you were right. Among the 3 books, probably this was one of the best, or at least maybe the most beautiful one. So thanks for that, and I hope to do this in the future. I would like to continue doing kind of review, summary review of some short books, not long ones. So that's it for now. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Well, have nice days too. Why not? Yeah. Bye bye.